Thank you, Mom. Thank you. We even got our youngest one involved. Well, thank you, Violetta. Well, happy Sabbath. Thank you. I am so happy to be here and that it is summertime. And one of my favorite things happens every summer. How many of you guys have been to a camp meeting before? Well, I don't see Lizzie's hand up. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't see Ava's hand up, and I know because I took her last year. But camp meeting is so much fun. How many people in our audience have been out to one of our camp meetings before? Maybe not SoCal, maybe somewhere else. It is such a blessing. If you haven't been, I hope you encourage your parents, if not this year, try to go, even just for a day. You know, we didn't always have camp meetings. And that's what my story is about today, camp meeting. Many years ago, as a matter of fact, I wrote down the date so I wouldn't forget it. It was in let's see here, get to the right area. In 1893. That's a long time ago, huh? Back in 1893, there was no camp meeting in Australia. It didn't exist there. They didn't have it. But other places like here in America, we did. And so the conference got together and they asked a very special lady, could you please go down to Australia? Because we got a list of things we want them to have that we have going on right here in America. And one of them was camp meeting. And so in Australia, I don't know if you guys are aware, they're in the southern hemisphere. So in the winter, it's warm. It's like their summertime. And in the summer, it's a little cooler, like our wintertime. So even though our camp meeting is in July, their camp meeting was in December and January because that's the hot time of year for Australia. And this was their very first camp meeting. People were so excited. They'd heard about it and they had talked about it and they saw the big tents set up and they were curious and people were coming to hear these wonderful speakers. But not everybody in town was excited. Not everybody was wanting to go and listen to the amazing speakers and sing the glorious songs to the Lord. Not everybody wanted to be there for a good reason. There was a group of boys who wanted to go have their own kind of fun. They wanted to cause trouble. They went and they would throw rocks at the tents. They would try to knock them down. Oh, they caused all kinds of havoc. So they decided to set up some people around to guard and help out. They sent some of the youth that were going to the college to come and watch. And some of these youth started talking to these boys and found out they wanted to take down the very special speaker's tent. They were going to do some mean stuff to her. And when it got back to her, she said, I'm not worried. Oh, I've been through a lot worse than that. Don't worry, my God has me. I'm not worried. But the people, they were worried. They thought, no, have you seen what they've already done? They mean business and they might harm you and we can't have that. So they spoke with the police and they said, this is what's been happening. You guys have to help us out. And they took it seriously. They said, you're right. And they sent a police officer, a big, strong, strapping man. And he went around and he just circled her tent and would watch. Nothing happened. The boys weren't coming. And he kept watching and pacing. It started getting later and later. Nothing was happening. Oh, he started getting a little tired and he started thinking, maybe this was all for nothing. But he kept his guard. And suddenly, as he looked back at the tent, he saw something that wasn't there before. It's about midnight. There was a glow, and it made him curious. Remember, this is 1884 at this point, and they didn't have any more than like candles up. You didn't have lights around. They're out in the middle of nowhere. And so he's like, what is that glow coming from the tent? So now he gets curious and he starts walking towards the tent to see what is making that light. And when he sees it, it's the figure of a man. But not just a man, he realizes this is an angel. And the angel is guarding over and protecting this tent. He's so amazed by this. He drops to his knees and he prays to God because he can't believe God has sent an angel. But the next day, he goes on to tell his family, his friends, he tells people, and he starts going to these meetings night after night because he has seen that there's something to these meetings. God didn't need him there to protect the people. God needed him there to hear the word. And it touched this policeman's heart. And it got me thinking about, we have camp meeting coming up too. And sometimes there are people just like those boys who want to be troublesome. And Satan will put little ideas in their heads of how they can be bothersome to our camp meeting. And you know what? We don't have to be afraid of them. We don't have to worry about them, do we? Because God has already promised us that he's going to guide us and protect us. He tells us in Psalm 34, verse 7, the angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them. Isn't that what he did at this camp meeting? He sent his angel to watch out over the camp and keep them safe. And I know he does that not just when we're at camp meeting or at church or at school, but in our homes, in car rides, and everywhere you go this summer. Remember, keep Jesus in your heart, and he will send his angels to watch over and encamp around you. Now, it wouldn't be much fun if Miss Amy got up here and didn't have a treat, so I've got a little snack for you guys. Head on back to your seats and have a happy